Good morning. It is December 6th, 2025 at 6:30 in the morning, and we are at Cascadia College in UW-Bothell on our way to the Link One Line grand opening in Federal Way. We are waiting for our bus, the 522, to take us to Roosevelt Station, where we will transfer to Link Light Rail to get us to Tukwila before we transfer to the King County Metro Rapid Ride A line, which will get us to Federal Way Downtown Station. Here comes our bus. We are now passing the Bothell Park and Ride, one of 3 park and ride stations on this route. The others are in Woodinville and Kenmore, respectively. Route now passing through Kenmore. We are now on Roosevelt Way, getting ready to approach Roosevelt Station, where we will transfer to the Link Light Rail 1 line.
Next stop, Roosevelt Station.
We are now at Roosevelt Station, and here comes our light rail train to take us down to Tukwila International Boulevard Station.
Westlake.
We are now passing through Westlake Station, the original northern terminus of the 1 line.
This is the 1 line to FWLE.
Please hold on.
We are now passing by T-Mobile Park in downtown Seattle, home of the Mariners baseball team.
Now entering stadium. Doors to my left.
We are now crossing I-5, just south of Boeing Field and King County Municipal Airport, home of Boeing and the Museum of Flight. We're now riding alongside the freeway as we get ready to approach Tukwila International Boulevard Station, which is where we will transfer to the Rapid Ride A line, which will take us down to Federal Way Downtown Station.
Now, entering FWLE International Boulevard. Doors to my right.
And here comes the Rapid Ride A line, which will take us down to Federal Way. We are now turning left onto South 316th Street, which will take us past Town Square Park and up to Federal Way Downtown Station. This park is where we will start our tour of the new station.
Next stop, Federal Way Downtown Station.
So, as we loop around Federal Way Downtown Station, I'll tell you a bit about the station. Federal Way Downtown Station offers bus and light rail service to serve the surrounding area. Located in the city center, this elevated station features an additional 400 space garage near the existing parking garage, which allows for more vehicles. Also, a new street grid will improve access to the station, providing opportunities for future development. By design, this station supports easy transfers between Link Light Rail, King County Metro buses, and Pierce Transit buses, and Sound Transit Express buses via the newly opened bus loop adjacent to the new light rail station. The bus loop will also include bike parking, restrooms, and security. So our tour of Federal Way Downtown Station starts at Town Square Park, and we have to walk up the street to cross it before coming back down the other side of the parking garage with this cool artwork alongside it. This garage is the old parking garage, which used to be next to the old Federal Way Transit Center, which no longer exists because it was relocated to the new bus loop which surrounds the light rail station. As we approach the south end of the parking garage, we turn left through what used to be the Federal Way Transit Center, but is now just a street which has been converted into a street fair for the opening days festivities. There were a lot of different vendors at this street fair. I walked through the tents prior to filming this tour, and I didn't really see a whole lot of things that interested me except for the Sound Transit booth. As we get to the other end of the street fair, we will start to see food trucks appear as well as a kid play place. There was even a tent for Dick's Burgers, which I did not know at the time, but apparently they were serving free burgers that day. I would have stopped and gotten one if I had known. Up here, there's some nacho trucks and Mexican trucks. Most of the food trucks seem to be along this line. We turn right into the new bus loop. The bus loop contains 11 of the 13 bus bays, and I will list them off as we pass each one and tell you which routes are accessible here. And there's our light rail train up on the platform level, awaiting the first departure of the day. Bus Bay 1 is a drop-off point for the King County Metro Route 187, which goes out to Twin Lakes. And Bus Bay 2 is where you would get on the 187 if you want to head out to Twin Lakes. Bay 3 serves Sound Transit routes 577 and 578, both of which express you into downtown Seattle. Bay 4 will service Sound Transit routes 574 to SeaTac Airport and 586 to the University District. And now we have to go out around the fences and security to get to the other bus bays. Here's Bus Bay 5, which is the drop-off terminus for Pierce Transit routes 500 and 501, both of which terminate here at Federal Way Downtown Station. The 500 goes from Tacoma through Fife, and the 501 goes through Milton. Turning left, we cross the street to Bus Bay 6. Bay 6 is where you can get on Pierce Transit routes 500 and 501, which both go to Commerce Street Station in downtown Tacoma, as well as Route 402, which goes to Meridian and South Hill. Here's the one-line statue. Bus Bay 7 will connect you with Sound Transit Express routes 574 to Lakewood, 578 to Auburn and Puyallup, and 586 to Tacoma. Bay 8 is where you get on and off of the Rapid Ride A line, which will take you from Federal Way downtown to the Tukwila Link Station, which is how we got here today. Bay 9 will connect you with King County Metro routes 182 to South Federal Way and Northeast Tacoma, along with DART routes 901 to Mirror Lake and 903 to Twin Lakes. Bay 10 will connect you with King County Metro routes 177 to downtown Seattle, 183 to Camelot, Star Lake, and Kent, and 193 to First Hill. There's also a new bus layover area just north of this station. Here's Bus Bay 11, which is a drop-off point for some of the Sound Transit routes, as well as King County Metro routes 177 and 193, which both terminate here at Federal Way downtown station. I wasn't able to get footage of bays 12 and 13 because they're down on South 320th Street, and I didn't realize that at the time. But Bay 12 serves King County Metro routes 181 to Twin Lakes Park and Ride and 187 to Twin Lakes. And Bay 13 connects you with King County Metro Route 183 to Auburn and Green River College. We are now heading up the escalators to get on the very first train out of Federal Way downtown station. We will ride the new extension all the way up to Engle Lake Station, which was the previous southern terminus, and then we will ride back and review each station along this new route.
This is first up, yep. Plenty of room in the back. Plenty of room in the back. Keep the things over that back. Oh, we're out of here. Is the high-speed rail? Yeah. Let's get together. Sorry, guys. So, how many your kids?
My mom, my cousin, my husband,
Plan, are you going to the intersection back, or are you gonna get off at each station? Because they're supposed to be doing something at each one.
Yeah, I would just go all the way down to the break. That's what you get the experience.
And we are on our way.
only come around once every 13 years or so. When I, so my oldest is 13, and I was texting Hill Ridge, who's the project manager on the Seattle Mallard and the Federal Way too during planning. On a Sunday night, I was
that's
pregnant,
the new layover right there.
and I went into labor and I was like texting him about this project we were working on.
Here's the new layover facility for buses.
These planning projects take so long. You gotta go big and celebrate them.
Without somebody going around. So honestly, I don't know. That's interesting. That's an interesting theory. Honestly, I don't know.
Right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's really rewarding. But I have like stories about of the sea.
Do you miss driving Sound Transit Express down here?
When it's pouring rain by that 5:30.
Most of this route follows the I-5 corridor, so there's not a whole lot to see unless you're looking out the west side of the train, which it passes through residential neighborhoods.
I don't think they're allowed to do
I was actually just talking to somebody as Dow was like, well, not expand the bridge.
But there was one guy in downtown whatever street it is.
It caused delay, but it could have been such a
On the door, it's just like, sorry.
problems over the private sector.
No, I mean, that's not true. Most of them probably. I mean, personally, there's a lot of here that project.
Beautiful. I was on the cruise ride last week. I also was like, I was complaining to somebody while Josh was there about how the city it's the best idea. A lot of people are parking around just to get their way adjacent to the highway right. I don't like that. There's a place for commercial parking garage, but it's not.
That's a quad.
All of these.
From my understanding, in the internal records of Sound Transit, from what it looks like, they want to eliminate the portion of but at that point, just extend the 500. Because the 500 already serves all the stops, so this one's just so it's essentially
It's like showing you
honestly, once they get that portion over the cross the line, I think it's going to alleviate a lot of traffic
We're not the screens of the little placard.
Well, they're parked on there.
Yeah. But the app.
Oh, on the east side, yeah. Starlight.
Now, entering Starlight, doors to my right.
We're now passing through Star Lake, which is mostly just a park and ride facility with an 1,100 space garage that replaces the previous surface parking lot.
Okay, sounds great. Enjoy your time today. Yeah, totally. Get on here. Do you want to? We can, or we can just ride it back. You want to get on it there? Well, no, but we can go all the way to Seattle.
This is the one line to New York City Central.
Here we go. I forgot.
I mean, honestly, once the two line is across the water, I want to go to the space. I can either
Well, I'm still coming from my.
I can either take the line that I'm on, I can or I can take the bus. It tells you where they are, like in real time. It's like it will take a minute for Cooper to pick me up, or it would take 4 minutes or whatever. Because I'm honestly interested to see how well that extension of that survey is going to go. What am I holding on to? Yeah. Oh, I know. Kind of like the Pinky Shari is saying, this is the one line. Over and over and over again. Yeah, that's kind of like
Working out. Yes, he goes all the way.
I think you're right. So we probably fell down the same soundtrack. Because we live in a society now where people are what I call suit happy. No.
Next stop.
Because taking personal responsibility is too hard. Maybe these out. And they're also giving out these. Pretty much. Oh, that's $6 on it on
Okay, so it used to be only to the
Yes.
I think that was the end.
Yep.
So we added Kent Des Moines, Starlink, and Federal Way.
You want to grab the data line? So that eliminates the A and the F. The E line.
I mean, I like to say we could get better.
The G line.
That one is free.
The D line.
I thought about it, honestly. That's the skill one is free. It's probably the main line operating purpose.
Where's that one there? That'll be here. Is Kent Des Moines actually a city? Hey, there's guests down there. Well, I see how they do it right there. Because there's this fence that's supposed to be there. What route?
Now, entering Kent Des Moines. Doors to my left.
So we're now entering Kent Des Moines Station, which is another park and ride facility featuring a 500 space parking garage.
So, like, this is a shared platform, so that would be the left.
This has a little more public access to it than Starlake does because it connects to Highline College. and Pacific Highway.
This is the 1 mile to Linwood City Center.
As you can tell, there's really not a lot to see along this new extension unless you like park and ride facilities. However, each of these stations will in the future incorporate connections to local bus transit and TOD.
Also at Federal Way, they're hooking out. Although one of my friends in Federal Way Metro doesn't know how to stop sending it to me.
One of the fun activities you could do if you participated on an opening day was they had maps of the new extension that had raffle tickets attached to them. So if you went to each station and got your ticket stamped and then returned your ticket to the booth at Federal Way Downtown Station by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you were entered into a raffle to win a free beanie or some other prize. All I really did at each of the stations was collect my stamps. There wasn't a whole lot to tour. There was a little more at Star Lake than there was at Kent Des Moines, so you'll be able to see some of that.
You're constantly looking out for the other guy.
Cars, they don't act like they don't see a turn signal.
Or it's a suggestion.
We had a lady, almost, they didn't stop at yield signs down there like mom. I'm sitting there just staring at me, give me the bird and everything. Like, we have a yield sign. You're supposed to yield to me.
Yep.
Next stop, Federal Way.
The route now continues north out of Kent Des Moines Station and will run alongside of Highway 509 as it crosses 509 up to Angle Lake Station.
No, Angle Lake's further. I'm sorry, Scott.
How come they get like 80 some odd minutes to sit there? 574.
Never got it. Maybe the first feature.
Because I've noticed now, you'll do like a 574, then head to Federal Way and do a 577.
Well, because that's in the schedule.
It's definitely odd because I know the actual problem.
Now we're trying to take our breaks.
Oh, they're trying. Oh, okay.
We're trying to get our overtime too.
What are they getting rid of those paper transfers? Those are ancient.
I was told soon as they make the decision they can actually make the order cards readers scan everything.
They can.
This good now I have counters there.
We're now on the flyover Highway 509, and we will soon be running along Tukwila International Boulevard.
That's the problem. It's like, if you're trying to do good, why are you punishing people for trying to do good?
I don't know either.
I put my suggestions in. I don't know if they go right over.
I'm all the way. See, are you coming all the way back?
Transit should be.
They're doing away with the Metro
Now
card in New York.
entering Angle Lake. Doors to
Effective
my
the
right.
31st, you can't buy or after the
So we're
31st,
now entering Angle Lake Station, which was the previous southern terminus of the one line until today. We're now riding back to Kent Des Moines Station, and we'll do a quick review of the station when we get there. There's a better view of the flyover on Highway 509.
Are you able to stand on your own legs? Okay, but it's not crowded yet. When your legs give way and you don't go down, then you're crowded. Yeah, it'd be like this. And everybody's like this.
Tokyo train car style.
There's no more space to push in the middle.
When you go on those times, you're like, well, I can't hold on to anything, but I don't think I'll fall over.
No.
Alright, so let's talk a little bit about Kent Des Moines Station. Kent Des Moines Station is an elevated station on the Federal Way link extension. This link stop connects riders to Highline College, which you do have to cross Highway 99 to get there, but it's only about 2 blocks away. The design of this station includes landscaped streets for pedestrians and cyclists. The station area also features easy transit connection between buses and light rail. Currently, the main connection is to the Rapid Ride A line, which travels down Pacific Highway. There are also 2 large plaza areas featuring landscaping, seating, and public art. A food truck plaza near the garage that I mentioned earlier features areas for sheltered seating. The station connects to Sound Transit Express and King County Metro buses in the near future. There are 3 new cross streets to ease the flow of traffic and provide safety for pedestrians. There's also a lot of room for future TOD as proposed in June of 2023 when Sound Transit issued a notice of intent to award to Mercy Housing Northwest in partnership with Open Doors for Multicultural Families, a Kent-based nonprofit organization which provides services and programming for families of persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities. The proposed project consists of 199 units of affordable housing targeting households earning 30% to 80% of the area's median income. More than half of the units are 2 and 3 bedroom units for families. The proposal includes storefront space for a community serving childcare, nonprofit office space, and a multicultural community center with the neighborhood focused retail, including a potential small business incubator and cafe. Obviously, 200 units is not nearly enough to serve the growing demand of transit in this area, but it's a good start. There we see people running to get their stamps before they get back on the train. So I've just got my stamp and now I'm heading back up to the platform to get back on the train heading south to Star Lake Station for the next station review.
Let's just go.
At Kent Des Moines Station, you can also connect to the 165, which is a King County Metro route, which will take you between Burien Transit Center, Kent, and Green River College.
No, it's like the other thing, so it doesn't let anything go backwards. I'm not sure how far it goes, but I'm not sure how far it goes. It's like in a closet.
Line to Redmond City Central Station now arriving. Please stand behind the yellow line and allow other passengers to exit before boarding. One-line trains are now serving Federal Way. Learn more at soundtransit.org/South Haven. Plan ahead. This winter, Sound Transit will be closing sections of the one line for planned maintenance work. Visit soundtransit.org/disruptions for dates and details.
There we go.
Downtown station now arriving. Please stand behind the yellow line and allow other passengers to exit before boarding. One-line to Redmond City Central Station now arriving. One-line trains are now serving Federal Way. Learn more at soundtransit.org/South Haven. One-line to Redmond City Central Station now arriving.
Well, there's a seat for you.
Allow other passengers to exit before boarding.
If you want to see.
I'm fine, thank you. You okay? You want to sit down? Okay.
We're now back on the train riding south to Star Lake Station for the next review.
Where's Mom? I see her. Can't leave her.
We're now back on the train riding south to Star Lake Station for the next review.
Where
wants to be down camera. What do you think about that? It's a huge, so that's going to be awarded. Highline College. Correct. And this is the other two, is like not on drug. Highline Music Community College. It's really nice community college. We built that. Yeah. That's the transit-oriented bus. You go shopping. Get this video done. No, we're not talking to you. This side. We're not going to talk about it. Great job. Yeah, 1.8 miles.
I tried surfing this. Jacket. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows. Yeah.
Is it structure C again? The bridge. The bridge. Congrats! Congratulations. I'm giving him a tour. I'm like, this is structure C.
I know, I was listening to you.
Oh. Hi, honey.
Now, entering Star Lake, doors to my right.
Oh. Well, the doors are open on this side. We don't want to do that. Federal Way. Oh, Federal Way? Yeah, Federal Way downtown. Oh, passing Star Lake again. 6-7. 6-7. Jack.
So we're now at Star Lake Station. This is another station along the new route. It is located on 272nd Street near 26th Avenue and features an 1100 space garage that replaces the old surface parking. There's a rebuilt portion of South 272nd Street that improves vehicle and bus access to the station. Portions of 26th Avenue South and 28th Avenue South feature new sidewalks with landscaping. Improvements include a pedestrian bicycle path to the station plaza and connections to the existing freeway bus stop. This station will soon connect to other regional transit services, including Sound Transit Express and King County Metro. This station, by design, supports easy transfers between Link, King County Metro, and Sound Transit buses. I am on the southbound platform right now. However, if I had been on the northbound platform, I would have been able to take the ramp down to the existing freeway station, which is Bay 4 at this station for buses, which serves Sound Transit Route 574 to Lakewood and King County Metro Route 193 to Federal Way South 320th Street Park and Ride. Heading down the ramp at Star Lake Station from the southbound platform, we see the 1100 space parking garage out in the distance, as well as the future bus loop, which will contain 3 bus bays. The routes for this bus loop are not posted yet, but one of them will be the 183 to Auburn and Green River College. Let's go get our stamp and get back on the train. As you saw, that was Bay 2, which currently doesn't have any bus routes serving it. Nor does Bay 1. There's also paratransit connections at every station.
And allow other passengers to exit before boarding.
The existing freeway stop I mentioned earlier that serves Sound Transit and King County Metro will be converted into Bay 4 on this new station, with bays 1 through 3 down in the bus loop. There's also bathrooms in the parking garage.
Next stop, Federal Way downtown.
So we're now riding back to Federal Way downtown station to close out this video. Overall, I don't think there's a whole lot of benefit of this new extension at the moment, other than the fact that it connects people in South King County with easy access to the airport and to downtown Seattle. As this extension sees more bus connections and transit-oriented development around it, I expect ridership will grow and make this extension a more viable solution to car traffic. As many of you are probably well aware, Sound Transit's eventual plan is to have this line extend all the way south to Tacoma Dome Station and all the way north to Everett Station. However, those projects haven't even been started yet. It is projected that the one-line extension to Tacoma will open in about 10 years, with 4 new stations at South Federal Way, Fife, Portland Avenue, and of course Tacoma Dome Station, where there will be connections to the T line, which is the Tacoma streetcar, as well as the Sounder commuter rail and Amtrak. It will be great to see so many different transit connections all in one central station. When the one line is eventually extended north to Everett, close to 2040, there will be connections to Amtrak, Sounder, and a multitude of different bus routes from Sound Transit, Community Transit, Everett Transit, and even some from other agencies in Skagit County, I believe. I believe the current plan is to fully extend the one line to Tacoma and Everett before it gets split up into the one line and the 3 line. They also are building a line that will run from Ballard through downtown Seattle and out to West Seattle. And this is how those routes will connect with each other and transition into the future 3 line. So right now, the 1 line runs from Linwood to Federal Way. But in about 20 years, after all the lines are finished being built and they are split up, the 1 line will run from Tacoma to Ballard, and the new 3 line will run from West Seattle to Linwood and Everett.
This is the last stop. All passengers must exit the train.
Before any of that happens, the next extension to the Link Light Rail network will be the Cross Lake connection, which will bring the 2 line from downtown Bellevue across Lake Washington on the I-90 floating bridges, across Mercer Island, through Judkins Park, and into Chinatown International District, where it will connect with the current 1 line and the future 3 line in downtown Seattle. Right now, the plans are to open that route by the end of May in 2026, with the hope of opening it sooner. About a week or 2 after recording this video, it was announced that Sound Transit has finished They're testing on the I-90 bridges and is now moving into what they call pre-revenue service. So that means we're getting very close to an actual opening date for the two-line Cross Lake extension being announced. It will be really exciting to see the one line and the two line connect in Seattle.
One line to Federal Way downtown station now arriving at northbound platform. Please stand behind the yellow line and allow other passengers to exit before boarding.
The next piece of the Sound Transit 3 ballot measure is Stride BRT, which will create 3 bus rapid transit lines servicing 405 and State Route 522. When those lines open in approximately 3 years, the current Sound Transit Express routes 535 from Linwood to Bellevue, 560 from Bellevue to SeaTac Airport and Burien Transit Center, and Route 522 from Woodinville and Bothell out to Roosevelt Station will be terminated and replaced with the Stride routes. I want to thank you all for watching this video and supporting this channel all year. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a like and a subscribe, as it really helps out my channel. Next week, we will be riding the extension from end to end in both directions, so make sure you don't miss those videos.